Land over here. Alrighty. Hey guys, how is it going? Light on. So we are trying to grind out some red deer. We are hopefully gonna take a bunch of myths, and hopefully it's gonna pan out for us. I've seen a bunch of myths on the map, so we should be able to kind of knock this out pretty quickly. If that is the case, then I have another trick to show you guys. Something that actually got a lot of attention over on Facebook. Since I'm pretty active on the groups over there. Jump in the stand. Blast the drink zone. Time we got 6:02. Let's go ahead and fast forward time just a little bit. So ideally what we want to do is we want to get to our drink zones at about 10 o'clock from the end, so about 8 o'clock we want to start our grind. That should give us the animals we need in that spawn so we can go ahead and take them. Go ahead and force reset those spawns with a restart of the game. And of course, now it's raining, so it's going to be a little hard to get those long shots, but we can still do it. There we go. They're starting to come in. Got a myth right there. We'll take that mythical. All right, there's the spawns. So you got a 6. Got a myth. I got 6. 7. Go ahead and start taking some of these. Now I'm just going for lung shots here. That way I can kind of hit multiple groups fairly quickly. And we'll take that 7 as well. All right, so those should start falling here any second. While those are falling, we're going to go ahead and switch to another spawn. And we'll come back around and we'll collect all those. All right. So this is another spot that I've got that's pretty productive for me. I seem to get a lot of deer off this spot. It seems to really produce for me, so hopefully that's going to be the case. And we can keep dumpstering these big deer. Okay, it's this pretty small one over there. There's a legendary right there. We might take that one. That myth can go. That piebald, I'm going to leave that piebald alone for right now. We'll take that maybe a little bit later. That myth, I want to take that one. Okay, I missed that shot. That's my bad. Why? Okay. We're going to take that 9. I'll let that 9 come right along the front. That 9, typically what happens with this spot is they'll path right in front of me. Just like that. We'll put 2 into that one, make sure that one's down. I don't know if that was a myth or not. Sir? Wow, I am missing so bad right now. Hopefully, again, they come right around that spot. That is just terrible shots. You would think those 2 hits were pretty strong. We'll take that 6 as well. 50, 75. So yeah, so that's going to go down more than likely. 25, 50. Lead on out. Come on. 25, 50. Come on. 0. Oh, cool. Right by the other one. I'm fine with that. Cool. Down right over there. Got 1 down there, and I got 1 down right here. So we can go ahead and collect those animals here in a little bit. let's jump to our next spot. So ideally what we can do here is we can go ahead and collect a bunch of animals at one time. Ideally what we can do is hop to a bunch of different tents. And from there, we can go ahead and collect everything all at once. We're not wasting a ton of time collecting between all of our peak harvest times. Now, obviously, hitting your shots helps out quite a bit. But that's on me. Which is fine, you know, because it happens. But make sure that we're getting as clean of harvest as possible. Okay, that basically pronghorn thing can stay. There's a 6. Female. Another female. There's a big myth right there. I think that was a good hit. That second one should help, though. There's a 5. We'll leave that 5 for right. And typically what we're going to do is we want to take 5s and up. Right now, I know we've got a bunch of big animals on the map, so that one went down, looks like. Hop to our next spot. Now, hopefully, we can keep on this speedy grind. Notice I've got tents on both sides here, so what that's going to allow me to do is I can harvest an animal, jump to the other side of the lake, and go ahead and pull at that point. What also happens, too, is you've got these drink zones, right? If this drink zone within 250 meters of your tent, it's not going to trigger those spawns. So what you'll see here is I'll harvest some off this one. I'll hop to the other side. I'll harvest off this side and then kind of hop back at that point if I wanted to pick those up pretty quickly. Now we've got, they're pretty nervous over there. I'm going to pop that one. That's a good 7. Coulda, shoulda waited because there are some good ones over here. We'll hit those. I believe that was, like I said, that was a 6. Not great. Not terrible, but not quite a myth. We'll take that 6 as well, way over there. Now, what's nice about this, too, is not only are you taking big animals. Ooh, dropped him. You're taking good quality animals, too. So the payout is usually pretty dang decent. So now we're going to flip to the other side. And again, once I spawn here, you'll notice that on the other side where I just was at that tripod, there should be another spawn sitting there. Just a 4. You can pass, homie. Now, like I said, those are the animals that is myth are standing where I was. So obviously that, you know, kind of shows you guys that spawn radius and the impact of it. Wish I could crouch in this, but I don't have it on the right angle. There's a big myth right there. I think that's probably the only one in that group, though, that I want to take right now. Come on. Now, there we go. That side shot should have been significantly better. Now we can go ahead and hop to our next spot. You notice I've got spawns here as well. So we're going to go ahead and hop in right here. Now, what you're going to notice here is if I take an animal off the ground, I can shoot essentially 2 without being in a stand. So if I hop into a stand, I can take essentially 14. I believe it's 3 and 15 to wipe the need zone, which obviously we don't want to do. But I'm going to take probably both of these ones. These both are 8 myths. Make sure I'm reloaded. We're going to go ahead and pop that one right there. And we're going to pop that one right there. Both those look, yeah, that was a good shot. That was a nice clean shot. Hopefully, oh man, is that going to... We got a floater. We got a floater. So what should happen here is that should float to where we killed that animal from. What up, Michael? Yeah, the sound here. I'll turn it up for you, buddy. How's that? That sound a little better? That's been the big thing too, is hopping from Twitch to YouTube. Is the sound settings are not at all the same. Which is funny because, you know, it's OBS, right? It shouldn't be that big of a difference. Oh, he turned to the last possible second. How dare you? We can fast travel over here. Now, this one we should trigger spawn where I was essentially just standing again. So let's go ahead and make our run to the stand. Yeah, part of the fun of hopping platforms is, for some reason, man, game sound and music sound, both, when I decide to run music, it doesn't want to switch over all the time. I don't know what it is. But I appreciate y'all stopping in and checking it out. How you doing tonight, Michael? What do you got going on, buddy? See, we are grinding out some red deer. We're going to have quite a few to pick up here in a second. So, yeah, I'm spending money on ammo, right? Spending money on tents. We're spending money on a lot of things. But it really pays for itself pretty quickly once we can start picking these animals up. Because, like, these are usually around 1,200 credits per pickup, which means essentially one animal, you know, pays for about 10 shots worth of 308. Now, if you don't have the 308, that 30-06 is a phenomenal option. I love the 30-06 for taking red deer. It works really well. But if I have the disposable income, I'm definitely going to buy that, the modern weapon pack, and use that to my advantage. So that's a 7. It's a big looking 7. There's a myth. I'm going to try to take that before it gets too far. Two hits in that one. All right, so obviously it doesn't spook those ones. Yeah, dude, once you start playing Call of the Wild, it's kind of one of those all-consuming games where you think about it constantly. And it's gotten to the point where if I'm not playing, I'm usually watching. And I don't know, man. I don't necessarily mind that, but obviously playing is a little more fun. Right. I think those were both... Oh, that's a 9. I hit it in the butt. At least try to get some of that to bleed out a little bit. And that is another myth. Dude, so we are absolutely smacking mythicals. Like, it is insane how many myths I have on my map right now. I don't understand what is going on, other than my grind. I've statistically looked at a lot of the grind stuff, and I'm really starting to come to the conclusion that harvesting 6s and up is absolutely massive. I feel like harvesting 6s and up, I'm seeing significantly more rares, significantly more dimes, significantly more just bigger animals in general. Another myth. Two pumps. All right, and then we'll go ahead and we'll check up here. This is an area that I haven't really scouted. It's an area that I think we should see some good red deer. It's an area that I just found drink zones on because I wanted to check on this pop file how that impacts things, right? So I wanted to know if I found these zones last, are there going to be bigger animals? I've played a little bit on Xbox. I've only got like 3,000 hours on Xbox. I definitely would say that there isn't a huge difference in the game, but being able to reset your pop file on PC is definitely big if you've got a corrupted group of animals. But that's about the only real advantage versus console that I found. I'm gonna take that 6. Just because that 6 could turn into a 5, 6, or 7. Ooh, there was a big one in there that I scared away. There's a 5. We're going to take that. No, we're not. Hit him twice. You notice me checking my map on a fairly regular basis. So what I'm doing when I'm checking my map is what we should see is a zone on this. This zone right here is a downed animal. So that pressure that you're going to be seeing is only applying if you down that animal. So I'll use that as a pretty normal thing to check and see if I actually down the animal, if I didn't down it, you know what I mean? Like there's things that I'll do to verify a lot of what's going on. And that definitely helped. I don't think I got either one of those though. But this spawn isn't necessarily worth a tent, I would say, unless I can get things to start kind of moving on that. But I mean, we've already harvested, I think, 7 mythicals, I think. Yeah, the only complaint I really had on Xbox, I guess, was the controller. The controller is not great for aiming, especially waterfowl. I am a big waterfowl guy, so having the agility of a keyboard and mouse, dude, is so nice. But mind you, I'm a keyboard and mouse player. I always have been. So there's 2 there, so I still have pressure there, so I can probably only take one of these. But I can go ahead and where I spotted the animal, I can place that marker, and I can get within about 175 meters at a run. And then I can slow down. What up, Roscoe? How is it going? There are quite a few here. Ooh, what is that? Okay, so they're all probably about the same class, probably 6s, I would say. There's that one. Oh, the 7. Okay. I do love Silver Peaks. I think Silver Peaks and Reventuli and Awaroa is up there. Yeah, Roscoe, I can definitely see your comments, buddy. So let's go ahead and to try to take that 7 at a distance. Okay. Okay, so you see I have that heat zone here, so I got one of those animals. I've got the one there. We're going to go ahead and hop over here. If you have access to a keyboard and mouse, I would say use a keyboard and mouse for this game. The aiming is just so much more precise. You can hit things, I believe, much easier with a keyboard and mouse because you can precisely aim it, right? A controller, I mean, I'm a COD player, okay? So I am deep into that COD aim assist debate. But let's be honest, dude. Controllers, they need some sort of aim assist because of the lack of precision in the input. Okay, I hit a female. 25. That one's going to go down. That one is going to go down. Let's go ahead and head back to this one. The starter gun, the 243. We use 243 a little bit. The only problem I have with 243 is it really doesn't take red deer down that well. If I'm hunting whitetail, blacktail, you know, things like that, I run the 243. That is my preferred weapon. But we will do a starter gun stream here soon. I got a few guys that have asked about it. It's just one of those things where it doesn't take down the bigger animals as quickly as I need them to effectively grind, right? Okay, so you see here we have just those females left from that first herd. But what we're going to do is we're going to take that piebald. Let's take that piebald. There's 2 in that pie. It's not... Okay, it's not decreasing health. So something else I will mention too is you'll notice that I've got turkey decoys kind of spread around here. So what these are is if you look over here, I'll grab my binoculars so you can actually see it. There's rabbit burrows next to those turkey decoys. Since you can't actually mark those burrows, that's how I keep track of my burrows. Is I track them with turkey decoys. It seems to be really effective. I can kind of go back to that area and get back to what I need to get there. Instead of having to be like, all right, I think the burrows were over here. No, I don't have to do that anymore. It's expensive, you know, on this map because you don't have ducks. You got to use turkeys that are about 3K a pop. On maps with ducks, you can do it for about, what is it, like 500 a pop because you're able to use duck decoys that you can buy 10 at a time for 4K. Let's go ahead and get into this blind, and we'll see if we can take anything else. I believe this one had 1 or 2 myths as well. But, okay, there's one there. There's a big 7. It's a pretty small one. There's a 6. A big 7. And another myth. Another myth over there. Another myth right there. Alright, so we are surrounded by myths. I will 100% use a bow. I actually have a bow stream planned. So next week, Monday, we are doing an archery hunt. I am a big archery guy. That's what I'm actually like physically trained in. I'm an archery tech. So we will be 100% doing a bow hunt on Monday. That is going to be our goal, is we're taking big animals, hopefully some trophies, with a bow. Still trying to decide what map I want to run. So if you have a map preference, let me know and I can make that happen. There's a few maps that I haven't played necessarily, like Mississippi Acres. But I definitely want to get into Mississippi. Was that another myth behind that? Come on. What bow, I guess, should I use too? Because I've got obviously most, if not all, the DLC. So that is the other thing too. I'm trying to figure out. I've got the fancy scope or sight for it. I've got most of the good stuff, right? But this 308 just makes this grind so much faster because it's semi-auto. There's not much recoil compared to the 308 or the 30-06. You see I can get right back on target with this gun. Silver Ridge Bison Bow, I can do that. I can absolutely do that. So actually, it's funny you mentioned that. I really want to take a dime bison with a bow. I want to do it spot and stock. That's really high on my list, because I really want to take a spot and stock one. I think right now we're sitting at about 30 down. So if it ends up being like Chase him on the quad. Oh, dude. That could be fun. That could be just pure, utter chaos. Just trying to chase him on the quad. Funny you mentioned that too, though. On Medved. I launched Medved for the first time a couple days ago. Driving around the quad to go get my stuff. You know? And as I'm on the quad, I see a bear running. Oh, I'll jump off and I'll shoot that bear. Well, the bear that I killed was a dime. I wasn't recording. All right, this one's going to be a floater. Bet. I also want to do a whitetail slug hunt since November 14th is Michigan's gun season. So more than likely around that date, we're going to schedule out for a shotgun hunt for kind of a shotgun opener here in Michigan. Yeah, so Wednesday, I have a planned hunt for the community. I'm going to open up my Reventuli map, and we're going to do some waterfowl. I've got spreads, decoys, spreads out, obviously, blinds, tents, and I've spotted some dimes. So what I want you guys to do is hop in, try to take those dimes. I want to down as many birds as possible, because I want to be able to kind of see if we can cause enough trouble with the waterfowl to get more dimes to spawn. These lower animals, right, the whitetail, the blacktail, the ducks, they don't necessarily apply to the same rules of a grind as things like reds, moose, things like that. So 5, 3, so 5, 2 5s. I think I'm actually gonna pull this blind more than likely. Maybe not. Maybe not. Two. Okay, that was a rough shot. You turned the last possible second. How dare you? How dare you? I don't think I got that pie. Herd control pronghorn. So, pretty... pretty much the way that I would do it is try to take the top about 50% of the animals. So, with reds, it's 5s and up. With whitetail, it's the bigger 2s. Pronghorn, I don't remember right offhand what their numbers are, but I think that you're looking at like 2s and up, if I remember right. Time we got 9:52, so we're getting close to being able to pick up all these animals. Let's go ahead and hit this one. But I'm going to be looking a lot deeper into these other animals too, because reds obviously are like the primary focus, they're a big money maker. But I like pronghorn hunting. I like bison. I enjoy those types of animals that a lot of people just don't focus on. And our original goal is to get a dime of every species on the specific map. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yep, so in that case, I would take bigger 2s and 3s. I think this one is weak. All right, we'll force... So what we should see now is this one, and this area should now spawn once I go ahead and hop over here. Yeah, so I would take the bigger 2s and the 3s. If you do see a 4, keep that 4 on your map. I know it's counterintuitive, but what we're seeing statistically is if you have a dime on the map, that dime gives better probability to filling out that dime herd or that dime population. Not only that, But once you get to like 3, 4 dimes on your map, typically what I'm seeing is I'm seeing a little higher chance of super rares. So look at piebald. If I left that piebald alone, I more than likely could have had more chance at spawns. Dude, so I've killed one red. Well, I guess I truly killed one red. I've killed my first red dime, right? I saw a 9 in a herd. I was like, oh man, that's a big looking 9. Well, I shot and I missed. I really, set it back up, shot again, and I shot the stupid thing in the foot, and it bled out. It bled out from a freaking hoof hit. Like, I've never been so disappointed harvesting another myth. Harvesting a good animal. Oh, yeah. I've heard the pronghorns roll quite a bit. So if you're new, I would probably spend most of my time on Layton, obviously, since that is the cheapest map to get started on. But on top of that, what you want to do is you want to hop around and find all your drink zones. So your drink zones are going to be what is going to be the deal. Figure out what that drink zone time is on that map and go focus on lakes. If you can focus on lakes, then you can kind of work backwards from there, right? So you can go, okay, there's a drink zone here. There is a need zone here. That's a rest zone. So probably in this area or this area is going to be a feed zone. So you want to kind of try to use that to your advantage in a lot of ways to work backwards from the lake. But like Michael's saying, lakes are the thing. Let's go ahead and start collecting some animals. If you are somebody that wants to purchase some DLC, I definitely would say we want to run dog. The dog is freaking awesome. Heck yeah, dude. Have some fun, Michael. Harvest some animals. Good luck, dude. Alright, let's go. And then I've got a bunch of animals over here. So that should put us to, like, what, 10 myths down right now? That just seems insane to me to have that many mythicals down at one time. But it should mean some really, really good cash. That one's just a 5. 1,200. 5. Now, once you get effective on this, you can probably earn 100K an hour. I've had some times where I earn 1 to 150 an hour, but I'm bad at spending because, like I said, I'm a waterfowl addict. I enjoy the waterfowl grind, so that adds up quick, man. Because you're looking at, especially on goose, like 16K basically for a setup to start with. That's a basic setup. You're looking at about 30-ish for full setup with blind, tent, decoys, collar, all that stuff. Oh yeah, dude. So if you get screwed up on a run, it's so hard to recover, especially on console. Like I was saying earlier, if you're on PC, I've got the opportunity at 9. That one, that would have been a dime. That would have been a dime. But I shot it in the face and the intestines. Would have been a dime, though. Sag. Now, the question is, did I kill that piebald? I'm not sure I actually took the piebald. I hit it twice. So we'll see if we can recover that. If I recover that pie, I will definitely get that thing mounted. But man, buying all of the tents on a map and tripods, it is an expensive proposition to get going on a grind. But that's where the likes really come in. I mean, you see what I'm doing here is I'm picking a drink zone time and just using that as my baseline, right? So I can place all of these tents around. I can focus heavily on the drinks zone times because they're easy to target. Take me to it. Is the 300 Win Mag still is that a DLC gun? I don't think it is. But the 300 Mag is the move. There we go. So the piebald in the thumbnail is this animal. A repair fee. A repair fee. That's been the big thing too, right? Is I pretty much grabbed the DLC that I thought was relevant for me immediately. So a lot of the starter, like, free stuff, I might have to do a free run-through on a couple of these maps. We're getting really close to 60 on this playthrough. But, like, even on Xbox, I had all the DLC. Because it's really worth it, unfortunately. And I found a lot of it on sale. So what you can do is check, like, g2a.com, things like that, to try to track down. So we see tracking prey now on the bottom right. Means that the animal's still alive. So we're not going to spend time chasing that one. I have a tent over here. We're going to pick up these animals over here. But yeah, if there's interest in a free playthrough, I will 100% do a free playthrough at one of these points. So I think on my PC, Xbox app, Game Pass, I don't think I've done anything that's a DLC thing, so we should be able to do that on that one if there's interest in that. But I definitely appreciate asking questions like that because it lets me know what content I need to build out. So I will build out a list of what the big animals are, the good map spots. Get on out of here, bot. Myth. Right now, I'm working on a bunch of scripts, right, for content. And I've got a lot of opportunity right now to build out content for you guys. There's a lot of things that I want to do that I think could be really effective to teaching a lot of people this game. But a gun tier list is really high up there for things that I want to do over the next little while. And we could do that during a just chatting section. We could do that at any point. We can even vote on it. The 243 really carries you pretty far other than for the very large animals, right? So that 7, 8, 9 class, you're really going to want something like a 300 to take down those big class animals. Otherwise, the 243 just, one, you're not going to get the integrity score. Two, it's not a ton of damage with that rifle. The 270 is a good rifle. It's a good rifle to start out with. It's pretty effective on a lot of species. But the larger one, if I know it's not a dime, if I know I want to just take things down, the 300 is a fantastic rifle to reach for. But like right now, I just don't see a reason to grab the 300 versus the 308. I feel like the 308 and 30-06 both do a really good job at taking down most animals. Alright, did I not take down the other one? I may not have. I may have whipped. With how my shooting was earlier, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I was whipping real hard at the start of the stream. Hop down here, check for blood down here. We took quite a few animals. The downside with doing it this way is you lose track of what animals are where. That pressure zone is really effective for showing you where things are and keeping on top of things. Look, we shot an absolute ton of myths. The main thing I wanted to recover was that piebald. That was the main animal that I was hoping to recover, and we got that one. I want that on a mount. Okay. Okay. So if you're trying to grind out money or something like that, a lot of times what you can do too is just run 2 spots back and forth. And by that, I mean, like, I'd spawn up here, shoot from here, take my animals down here, just pick them up immediately. And then I would start here, shoot down here, spawn down here, pick these animals up, and rotate between those 2 spots. Ideally, you can keep that heat and the pressure kind of rotating around between a few different spots, but sometimes, obviously, you can't quite do that because of your best spots are your best spots. But you really need 4 to 5 setups that you fully trust and have confidence in to harvest quality animals on a regular basis. That's poop. So if you're chasing money, Awaroa is the best map for that. If you're looking for diversity and just straight up fun, Silver Ridge, all day long. If you like waterfowl, Reventuli. And Reventuli is fantastic for money. It's one of those maps that it does a lot of things right, but Silver Ridge Peaks is a map that you can earn money and have a ton of fun on. Let's go. I do enjoy me an albino turkey. Turkey hunting is something that I haven't done a ton of in the game, but I would really like to dive into it. It's really high on my list of things that I want to dive into over the next little while. It's just one of those hunts, right, that the calling, the decoy, the stand, the set is just so much fun. And I think turkey, we're gonna turkey with a bow. You can do the 22 really easily, but I think it might kind of kill some of the fun factor. By doing it with a 22. It's just they go down so fast. Now, if it's a dime, oh, dude, I'm absolutely going to use a 22 just to make sure I secure that dime spot. I mean, same thing with ducks and geese, right? Is I carry a 22 while I'm goose hunting and duck hunting because of the quality of animals possible. And the assurance of that 22 is just massive. There's one down there. Nice rack. Nice rack for a 7. Not albino, just a regular, oh, what do you call it? They almost look like domesticated turkeys. I've seen quite a few white turkeys, but I haven't seen very many albinos. That's been the big thing with the birds, is I'm seeing a lot of animals that are rare looking, but not quite rare. Dumpster that for. Oh, come on, man. Dude. What do I get for running around like an idiot? Yeah, the bison hunting is the most fun I've had in the game. They're such a big, imposing animal. I love watching those things walk around, hang out, and then watching them fall. It's just... there's something about it. Look at that thing. Right in the lung. But like that dime earlier is just proof that you really need to pay attention to what you're doing. And always take that vital shot. I didn't think it was a dime. That's why I shot it like I did. I was just plastering animals. But if I would have taken my time, we would have had a dime on the map today that we took. But obviously it didn't happen because I decided not to. It's still a dime, right, as far as score goes. But you can't claim it as one because it ain't one. We had a couple of floaters. Right there. One right there. Is there any blood over here we need to look at? We got a yes. Take that as a yes. Bring that up to 100. Now, did we actually get this animal down? I guess that's the question. With those two being 75 to 100, I'm guessing this animal's still up. Yeah, that animal's still up. There's no way that it bled out with those blood spots that distance and still being 75 to 100%. It's typically not worth the time. Let's grab a quad and get these animals. I mean, the tax on that eyeball was nutty. The 3K for repair, I completely forgot about the repair if you don't take the right shot. Alright, let's make our run to our animals. Man, the quad is loud. Oh, that is a good quality deer, though. Is there any other blood over here? Nope, okay. Let's fast travel over here. We'll grab that quad and head back down south. There should be an animal, I believe, up here somewhere that we took. We shot a couple on this back edge. Right into a tree. Because, of course. Because, of course. that one. Got blood spot we got here. One didn't make it far. There it is. Like I was saying, the money adds up so fast doing these things. It's insane. That's another myth. So there's no cross play on this game. So you have to be on PC to join any of my lobbies. It's part of the old engine. So if it was like Call of Wild the Angler, right? The Angler works as a cross-play game because of the new engine. Hopefully, they'll end up redoing this engine at some point and enabling cross-play. But the amount of work that requires is kind of ridiculous. And we essentially see a whole new game at that point. Yeah, it's kind of a shame, honestly, because it's not like it's a very competitive game. So, you know, it just kind of sucks that there isn't really that option. Doggo. Oh, there he is. Deer he is. Get it? Deer? He is? No? Okay. Another myth. Have him search for a little more blood, just in case. Yeah, I didn't think so. There are some more down animals that I could go grab, but it's not necessarily worth my time to do that. So we're going to go ahead and head to a fast travel point. We're going to back out after we reset time. Get back in, and then hopefully we see our population refilled. But we took all those animals about an hour of game time. So that's kind of crazy if you think about it. All right, so then if we go ahead and back out at this point and come back in, we should see those spawns repopulated with anywhere from 7 to 9. I would assume we're going to see more 6s because I took quite a few 5s and 6s in there. Let's just make sure that I am correct in my thinking. We'll head to a spot that I know well. We should see a bunch of 6s and 7s, be my guess. Typically what happens when you take a bunch of 7s is you're going to get a mix of about 30%, you know, about a third going high, same, and low. Let's go ahead and confirm that. Five, 7, 6, a 6, 4. That one is tiny. 5, 5. Is there a tiny 3? A 6. Yeah, so like I was saying, we're going to see a bunch of 5, 6, and 7s. So typically I don't stream on Saturdays. Typically I stream Monday and Wednesday. I stream Call of the Wild. Then on Friday we usually play Call of Duty on my other channel. But I think we're going to be on Call of the Wild a little more. So you're going to see a little more Call of the Wild stream, more than likely, throughout the rest of the week, just kind of here and there. I've got content to build out. I've got a bunch of stuff going on that I'm putting out for Call of the Wild. Tomorrow, we should see or Monday perhaps, a 5 tips video. Things that I think people should be doing. Little things like the rabbit burrow trick, right? Things that make a big difference in people's gameplay with minimal effort. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely hit subscribe and check that out. Elite, what up, homie? No, we are actually running a grind right now. However, Wednesday, we'll be sharing our map open. So if you're interested in hanging out Wednesday, we're going to run a bunch of waterfowl. And we are on PC. Okay. That one absolutely launched. So I may have taken too many from there because of that need zone. I completely forgot about it. But it is what it is at this point. Come too far. Okay. I'm a terrible shot. It's fine. It's fine. Fine. All right. So let's see, that need zone is beaten and battered. Beaten and battered. All right, let's see. 7, just kind of hanging out. Teasing me. We've got quite a few harvests, though, so that's, like I said, this is the way that I make my money, right? Is I will jump there, up top of that hill, shoot a bunch of these down here, whether male, female, whatever, and then from there, just kind of, make hay. You know what I mean? I think we took one over here as well. What I find hilarious, too, is... So I've been checking out other Call of the Wild streamers, right? And I do a lot of stuff on Twitch. But I've been looking more and more at YouTube streamers. The amount of YouTube streamers that I see with, like, 1,000 subs, right? 1 or 2 viewers. But a few hundred likes on the video just really shows me what the quality difference is. But it honestly makes me kind of wonder, too, what are we seeing for legitimacy on Twitch as well? It's just one of those things, like, what's the legitimacy going around? Are people actually hitting specific numbers? Are they actually doing what they say they're doing? Or are they just buying their way into it? It's one of those things that I think about on a regular basis that I just... You know, I just hope. Just hope people are better than that. Take that one. That felt like a good shot. That one did not. What are you? Stop stopping. You saw that go through that animal, right? You saw that go through, right? Like straight up through that animal. Tis what it is. I don't think I'm gonna get that harvest. Shame. For shame. Yeah, I enjoy watching this game live more so than I do watching videos. But you'll notice a lot of times too, when I post videos, you'll see things that are more 5 minutes or less. I'm not somebody who wants to see a 50-minute long video unless it's a live stream. I'll sit for a live stream for an hour, but I don't want to sit there for an hour listening to somebody yammer on and not get to the topic at hand in a video that's supposed to be to a point. Holy cow! Found the female herd. We found the female herd for sure. Don't run! Why are you running? Oh, that's why you're running. Because of bullets. I think we took basically every myth that we can, too. Okay, so we got one down over there. But yeah, and not to pick on anybody, but it's just one of those things, man. I don't see the point in it. My COD videos are like 2 minutes long because nobody wants to sit there for an hour watching you play a game with no commentary, no audio, no interaction. I just don't get it. But like I said, I come from the COD space. So it's just one of those things that I see on a regular basis that drives me nuts. Okay, all right. A 4, a 6. I'll shoot that 6 through the fog because what are ethics? That's a good hit. That's down. That's down. Yep. Yup. A lot of times, too, what I'll do is if I have a bunch of spawns that I'm seeing that aren't the quality of animals that I want, I'll go back through and, like I'm going to do this one, I'm not going to pick up many animals at all. I'm just going to go through, down a bunch, not worry about the harvest, and let those animals respawn. But mind you, that's only if I'm on a grind for quality animals, not money. Because doing that, you're giving up quite a bit of cash. Yeah, Modern Warfare 2 has been what I've been playing. I've got ARs platinum. I've got sniper rifles just about platinum. I think I've got SMGs just about there. Like we're hoofing it, man. We are hoofing it. I've been enjoying it. I think it's a great game. I think it's the best COD in years, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Yo. Come on. We're going to pick that one up. And a lot of guys that I talk to say the 308 is not ideal for reds, but I feel like I put a lot of reds down really quickly with 308. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just shot placement. Maybe it's luck. But, you know, I'd rather be lucky than good most of the time. Much rather be lucky than good most of the time. Why are you crouching? Alright, question is, where did I hit this thing? I mean, not an ideal shot, but effective. I mean, it definitely works. Oh, no. Okay, there's a 6. Female, all that female herd running. Guess we'll pop that 6. I noticed with reds too, the lung shots seem like the move more often than not. It's a pretty big lung, super easy to hit. You know, a pretty big target on a pretty big animal. Oh. There's a 6. There's another 6. 7. Good look at 7. No, the 7 can be our primary target on this one. Absolutely. Oh. Oh. I lied. Those are our primary targets on this one. Lung shot. Okay, that was a little herky-jerky on that one. I don't know what happened. That one folded. Tap that one twice. Not sure we're gonna get that 7. That 7 looked like it was hit pretty hard, but it It kind of bugged out too. To the north-ish. Turkey hunting. See, turkey hunting, as I said it earlier, something I want to do. I think I want to do with a bow. I think I want to do it with a bow. The thing is now they're already sniffing me out. I gotta move this stand back or something. No. So if you ever hit your gun glitched out where it won't pop out, pull your camera up, and that'll fix that. Couple of 4, 5. We'll go ahead and take that 5. Second shot was a miss. It's fine. Dude, I've had such bad luck with the floaters too, though. Like, I could sit here and wait for it, but is it really worth it? I guess if I'm strapped for cash, sure. But typically, I just don't see it being worth the time. It's just one of those things. Still a pretty big rack down over there. Okay, so these... That's 7. I think that's a 7 in the front. And a 6. Not bad over yonder. Not bad. Fallow. We must be getting pretty late. Yeah, 9. Typically, I start hearing fallow in the spot. I know it's getting later in the rotation. I think that was an intestine hit on that one. Oh, out of spawn range. Oh no, I can't see if it's there. Oh my goodness. Five. You're done. See that lung shot, man. It takes him down so fast. The health just dropped. It's insane. Yeah, I don't think those fell. I think they went out of render range. And just didn't go down? Question mark? But again, having those rotations is key. That's like, it makes things so much more effective and efficient if you can get those down. Goats. The feral goats, man. What a cool animal on this game. Fives everywhere. That's a 6. Five. We'll take that 6 first. Which was where? 7. That one can go, actually. The health on both. Yeah, that one dropped real quick. That one should drop right. Yep. Right meow. That's 6. That seemed like a double lung. 5. This one's at kind of a weird angle. Should have been high enough to hit lung, I think. Yep. Bad shot. We got some down, though. We've got some down. Alright, guys. I think. We're going to go ahead and call it. I am going to be back Monday, 9 p.m. East. We are going to do that bison hunt. We're going to do the bow. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. But, all right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I'm out of here. If you like the stream, hit subscribe, hit like. I will see you guys around.